You don't have to. It'll be fine. The world won't end. You'd be surprised. Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting and thrilling episode of Mug and Play, where we play more Kill or Love, the game where exciting, thrilling things are happening. That's why I introduced it that way. After Grace left, I spent that first night alone on the kitchen floor. It was when my legs happened to give in under me after hours of walking back and forth in the apartment. I had paced around like a caged animal, looking under pillows and carpets and poking my head in closets. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd find her there. Yes, she left a note saying she's leaving you, but it's actually an elaborate ruse. It's just a big game of hide and seek. Yes. No. I woke up in the afternoon with a blanket over me. I thought that Grace had done it, that she'd come back. She hadn't. I guessed it must have been Anna. Or you just got one in your sleep. You're like, whoa, I need a blanket. I didn't go to work. I didn't eat. I don't remember drinking any water, but I must have. And I must have slept a lot, too. Turned out I needed Grace more than I thought I did. Certainly more than she needed me. I was all alone that day, that night, and the day after, too, right up until the evening. That's when she made her move. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. The windows were closed and the blinds were drawn. It must have been stuffy and hot in the apartment. I lay on the couch, shivering. It was stuffy and hot, but you're shivering? I think it sounds like you have the flu. I held to my chest the sweater Grace had left. I was about to slip into uncomfortable sleep when the front door opened. My heart skipped a beat before the sight of the person coming in disappointed me. He's like, Grace? Oh. Hello? Jack? I stared at her. What do you want, meanie? What's wrong? Stare. She tried to get me to talk, but I was not in a talking mood, which does not bode well for me who is narrating a visual novel. Eventually, she found the letter still on the table, pretending to find it. Oh, Jack. Oh, darling. Go away. You're hurt, I know. She's terrible, isn't she, to have hurt you so badly? She's... The sweater was soft against my skin. It smelled of her. It smelled like she had worn this on a day she needed to take a shower. I know. She's awful. Let me help. She brought her hand near to my face. I turned my head away. Nah. I'm the one who can make you happy, you know. You won't have to remember that girl ever again. You won't want to, I promise. Her hand found my cheek. It had only been 2 days since I'd last seen Grace. I had last touched her, but it was like I'd already forgotten a person's warmth. I raised my hand to bat hers away, and I found that I couldn't do it. Instead, I put my hand on hers. I was close to tears. There were so many emotions in me that confused and overwhelmed me. Oh, she moving in on you on a rebound. That's not dokie dokie. But Anna was here. She was whispering that she'd never leave. That sounds dokie dokie in a different context. We made love there, on the couch. Oh, yeah, you rebounding, son. Afterwards, I used the sweater to wipe the sweat off of me. Ooh, you rebounding, son. Anna lay next to me, soft and warm, both of her arms wrapped around one of mine. Ooh, this is getting steamy, spicy, and a little too dicey. In the morning after the long, long night, Anna looked to me and asked me a question. I'm tired, aren't you? That's in what kind? Like you need a nap? Or you are fed up with the ways of the world? What kind of tired are you? Somewhere in between? Uh-huh. I won't go to work today. I'll call in sick. What about you? I don't know. I won't go to work. I hadn't thought at all about work. It was so irrelevant. That's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to my apartment. I want to have a nice hot shower. Come with? Sure, yes. Ooh, you rebounding, son. My apartment had a perfectly working shower, of course, but I didn't want to be by myself. I was scared. I guess I get that. After I'd had a shower at her place, Anna told me I could stay there a while. Until you feel better, she told me. What do you say? I said yes, and that's how it went. And that's how it, I'm sorry, and that's how it went? That's how, ooh. Yeah, you're in a complicated situation, bud. I don't feel shame for what I did. I know I should, but I don't. The problem is, I don't really feel like I did any of that. It's more like I was watching myself do those things, watching myself get tricked and cheat on Grace and live with that woman who's caused so much misery to so many people. There's a lot of, there's more layers to that than an onion, or an ogre, which are like onions. They have layers. You know this. I know I should be ashamed. It's a disgusting thing I did, and I can't take it back. I let myself be made into an animal. That one whole month is something I'd like to forget and never remember, so I won't write about it, or about anything more. I have written enough. I'm done. This journal has helped me a lot, but I don't need it anymore. And he just lights it on fire. It's like, anyway, one more thought. Oh, right. This is then. It's goodbye. So goodbye. JF. But what now? I woke up and found the room dark. Incredibly dark. It didn't matter if my eyes were open or closed. The image didn't change. Oh shit, chapter 5. Something wasn't right. The air smelled different. Grace made a soft moaning sound in her sleep. She lay next to me. I reached down to make absolutely sure she was here. Jack. Oh, but it's Anna. To hear her voice instead was like finding a snake in my bed. I almost fell over a nightstand. Are you okay? Bad dream? Stay. She touched me, skin against skin. I remembered where I was and why I was here. Better? Yeah, sorry about that. Good. I settled back onto my side of the bed. Anna ruffled my hair. You startled me. I didn't mean to. It's okay. I know you wouldn't do that. Because you love me. Dear diary, it's all been worth it. All the years of waiting and hoping have been so worth it. I never expected it to go as well as it did. Now I feel so silly I ever worried. Grace the strawberry is out of the pic. Oh, that's not a nice way of putting it. I'm gonna put another nicer word in there. Strawberry. It was easy. She is so scared of everything, and Jack is all mine. I expected he would struggle a lot more. I am so proud of him. Even in the terrible state he's in, no memories of us at all, he knew in his heart he should pick me over her. I don't know if that's how it went down. I think you manipulated somebody who was rebounding. Just kind of putting it out there. That's my 2 cents. You're so cute, Jack. The way you're absolutely helpless without me. I'll pamper you a little more. I can do that. There's no hurry. There's no rush. We've reached our happy ending. Have we? Have we? I paced around Anna's bedroom. Step, 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 step. That's what it sounded like. Only more step. Turn. Step, 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 step. Turn. It wasn't a very large room, about the same size as mine, and step, 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 step. Turn. It was dark. The curtains were drawn, but it would have been dark without them, too. The alarm clock's neon green digits hovering in the dark showed that it was 5:10 a.m., and that it was Monday. Step, step, step. Anna's bed sheets rustled. She mumbled something and sat up. My bed's in the center of the room. It's not touching any of the walls. That's why you could walk around all 4 walls. Jack, why are you... I took in a deep breath. It helped me keep my voice from shaking as I answered. It's nothing. Go back to sleep. What is it? Something is wrong, isn't it? Tell me. I'll make it go away. No, please. It's stupid. Tell me. I stepped closer to the bed, banged my shin on it, sighed, and sighed. Like, It's Monday. Anna glanced over my shoulder at the alarm clock. Yep, it is. So? I have work. When I came back to an empty apartment, it was early Friday morning. I had missed work on Friday. I must be on thin ice already. I didn't even call in. And? Just don't go. But if I don't go today, they'll fire me for sure. So? What do you mean, so? This is serious. Don't be upset. Here. Anna got up and lazily and kissed me and held me. Oh, that was nice. We stood there a few moments in silence. There, doesn't it all seem better now? But I still... Uh-huh. No, sweetie, you stay in today. She pressed herself harder against me. I felt her softness, the heat of her body. I could hardly feel anything else. You don't want to go to work. What, are you hypnotizing me? Do you? I don't, but I have to. You don't have to. It'll be fine. The world won't end. You'd be surprised. I was going to complain again, but she pressed a finger to my lips. Just shh. You know what? An idea just came to me. If If you move out of that awful apartment and come live with me instead, you won't have to work in that awful store anymore either. That sounds nice, doesn't it? It sounded so good. I guess wouldn't the rent situation be no different than when you were already living with one other person? Technically, this is only benefiting her, and it's a completely lateral movement for you. You still have to work that job, Jack. Nothing has changed if you know, just saying. But I wasn't sure of myself. I asked if it was really fine for me to stay here for good. Of course. I wouldn't want you anywhere else. Dear Diary, oh my god, oh goodness, how is this going so well? It never worked so well before, not with the patients I tried it on, even though they were terminal. Even though they had no one to visit them, all of them kept being themselves right up to the end. But with Jack I can do anything. He's like clay. I could change him into anyone, anything I want. How awful. He's so lucky that it's me doing this. Could you imagine someone else with this kind of responsibility? No, 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 what am I saying? Nobody else could make him so willing to change. Me. Only me. He's the only like this because he loves me so much. He's always loved me, even when he didn't realize it. And he'll always love me, and I'll always love him, and we'll be together forever. Forever. Ah, I'm so happy I could scream. Right now I'm only teasing him a little, but that's okay. We have all the time in the world. Unlike those other boys, he's not about to expire. That's ominous, but I guess good for us. I guess. Days went by, maybe a week. Jack. Come on, Jack. A laugh. If you don't let go of me, I can't go to work, you know? Then don't go. Stay here. Hey, one of us has to go. We need to live. I need you to live. That's very sweet, but I still have to go. I wouldn't budge. She ran her fingers through my hair. I liked that. I think you're a vulnerable person that's being exploited right now, Jack. If you get off me now, I promise to have a special surprise for you when I come back. Really? Really, I promise. Okay. Is this just a yandere where the yandere character just passively wins? I forced myself to let her go. After she went away, I lay back down on the bed. I waited for her to come back. I did nothing else. Really? You did nothing else? I mean, I feel like if someone's saying you can move in and they're apparently not charging you rent, the least you could do is, I don't know, straighten up the apartment while the other person's out, you know, doing work. And just at least make the bed. And a surprise was a big plastic bag. Hooray, my favorite! It was swollen, full of something. I looked at her, then at her again, and frowned. You'll see. Come, we need to go somewhere. Go outside? Yes. Isn't that exciting? I looked away. What, you don't want to? I held up a pillow in front of me. It was meant to act as a barrier. Oh, you big scaredy cat. Come on. She took my arm and pulled. I wouldn't go. Her grip was strong, or maybe I'd gotten weak, but I stayed in place. Huh. So you really don't want to go? How come we can't just stay here? Oh, sweetie. I don't want the apartment to burn down. I'm sorry, what? You don't want the apartment to burn? What's in the bag? She made me dress in outside clothes. They were rugged and cold. She's like, just put on your potato sack and meet me in the backyard, goddammit. The outside was even more rugged and cold. The street was wet. It must have rained. The people there were giving me looks. They were looking at me like I was trash. They were all jealous of my potato sack that I was wearing. Why? What had I done to them? What had I ever done to anyone? Oh, hey. Ease up a little, you'll hurt my hand. I'm sorry. That's okay. If you really don't feel like it, we can go back home right now. Really? Yes. But I know you can do this. So will you do it? For me? Yeah, okay. Great. Thank you, Jack. You're so good to me. What are we doing for her that is warranting literally everything she's doing for us? Is 'cause she's a scary lady? Or is she actually trying to help us? We walked for over 15 minutes. My feet hurt and my legs made clicking sounds. I hadn't really walked in over a week, but I didn't complain. We're almost there. Do you know where we are? I shook my head. No. Where we at? Anna had led me somewhere I'd never been. Each street we passed was dirtier and grayer and more abandoned than the last, and the people looked at us all the more meanly. One area of town, everyone's staring you down, just like... And then another part, they're just like... They just get meaner. I think 2 examples is enough. Thank you. Let's move on. I thought they were gonna hurt us, but Anna wasn't afraid, so I did my best to be brave too. Whatever she had in the plastic bag, it wasn't heavy. The bag was so full it was almost in the shape of a big ball, but it still swung so lightly. What do you think is in there? Anna had noticed me looking. I don't know. Want to guess? I didn't. I told her I didn't. I told her I couldn't think of anything. Oh well, you'll see soon enough. Oh, okay. Will we? Will we now? Our destination, I saw 5 minutes later, was an empty street. A whole street, blocks and blocks of it, completely abandoned. The pavement was cracked. The buildings that stood there were hollow. Everything was overgrown with weeds. It was more of a jungle than a city street. It was ugly. I hated to even look at it. Oh, isn't it so beautiful? I guess so? Yes. I'll show you the best spot here. It's my favorite. Alright, show me a favorite spot. But it'll be our secret, okay? You can't tell anyone else. Okay. It's a very, very interesting game. Hey, it looks like the title screen. We passed through a tunnel-like opening set in a tall, wide building. Beyond it was a field of brown-yellow grass. It came up to my chest. Surrounding the grass were the sides of a large apartment building. This used to be its courtyard. The building was a mottled, ugly gray. It had most likely been a prettier color before it burned down. It had so many windows, none of which had glass in them. They gaped down at us, empty and dark. Anna's spot was a square patch of concrete in the middle of the overgrown courtyard. Once there, Anna handed me something from the plastic bag. It was a small gas canister and a box of matches. Then she emptied the rest of the bag out on the concrete. When I saw the contents, my chest tightened and started to hurt. Oh, Anna, this is... On the ground were a few post-it notes, a pair of shoes, but mostly clothes. I had seen them before. They had belonged to someone I knew. Who? Someone I had known an eternity ago, too long ago to remember. But I knew these things were important. You know what this is? Yes. I shouldn't? It's fine if you still recognize them. Completely fine. You're not mad? I'm not mad. Give me that. Anna grabbed the gas canister from my hands. She poured the gas out onto the clothes and shoes and post-it notes, down to the last drop. Then she tossed the canister aside and stepped away. The canister made a tinny, empty sound as it hit the concrete. Tunk, tunk. Just like that. Exactly like that. After that, there was silence. Just like that. Exactly like that. Anna? What do you think you should do? Are you really not mad? Do what you think you need to do, Jack. And do it quick. It's growing dark and I didn't bring a flashlight. So I did what I thought I needed to do. I lit a match. It took me 3 times to get it right because of my clumsy fingers. Cradling the little fire with my hands, I brought it over to her things. They were wet and stank of gasoline. I held the lit match above them. Why are you hesitating? Don't you want to do this? I don't know. I needed to do what Anna wanted me to do, but the thought of doing it made me want to lie down and cry. I couldn't explain why those things were so dear to me. They just were. The flame had almost reached my fingers. Anna, I don't think... Do it! I dropped the match. The little fire touched gasoline and bloomed. Then sudden heat made me step back. Those things, those shoes and clothes and little yellow notes were already crackling and turning into charcoal. Anna stood by me. I waited for her to scold me, but she didn't. She put her hand in mine. Our fingers interlocked. You did well. I did? Yes. When it came down to it, you did what you should. I'm proud of you. A warmth filled my chest. My worry for those scattered pieces of nothing on the ground faded away. I was with the love of my life, and she loved me and was proud of me. How could I care about some... I couldn't even remember what it had been anymore. Old clothes? Why are you forgetting another person? What's up with your memory, dude? Whatever. Anna giggled. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Ooh. That's a Yandere look if I ever saw one. Ooh, that's some Yuri vibes right there. I need a side-by-side of that and Yuri. I really hope she doesn't do what Yuri did at this point. It made me so glad to see Anna happy. That's a Yandere laugh, dude. I pulled her closer. After a good minute of laughing, she sighed as if spent and looked up at me. Wasn't that fun? Just laughing for 60 seconds straight. No breaks. No blinking. Yep. The things on the ground had already gone out. They were black and unrecognizable. Let's go back home. Okay, Anna. Ha ha ha, you're so happy, aren't you? And why wouldn't you be? I'm happy too. The happiest I've ever been. Me too, the happiest I've ever been. What is happening? Why don't he remember? Really? Yep. Thank you, Jack. That means the world to me. We went away hand in hand. Before we walked out into the grass again, I looked back one last time at the things I had burned. Something moved at the edge of my vision, up in one of the glassless windows. I looked again, but it was gone. This place is dangerous. Are there people here? You know what? There just might be. Bad people. We should get home as soon as we can. Yes. Home. Where it's safe. Oh my. Well, we'll jump on that note next time on Mug and Play. What is happening in this game? This is throwing me for some loops. Some loop-de-loops. If this were a roller coaster, it would be one that I'd be looking forward to riding. And it kind of is, which is kind of why I'm liking it. But thank you for hanging out with me. We will pick up on this game next time. I feel like we're getting close to the end. Holy shit. Please hit that subscribe button so you can see how this turns out. Thank you so much. I love you all. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, man.